What's up? I'm Keith Kalfas, the Keith Kalfas channel. In this video, I want to rant real quick about what it takes to start your own landscaping company, whatever type of company. I'm talking about a service company. So, back in the day when I had a job, I was extremely frustrated. I felt completely victimized, all those things. I had all the excuses in the world of why I couldn't start my own business. And I had the rare, extremely fortunate opportunity to go and hang out with a multi-millionaire who started with nothing. And I actually got to go to his mansion and ride horses and stuff like that and get business advice from him. And I had all the excuses of why I couldn't start my own company. And I said to him, he's like, you got to start your own business if you ever want to be wealthy. Because that's what I asked him, how do I become wealthy? He said, you got to start your own business. I'm like, I don't have the money to invest in my own company. He goes, that's a bullshit excuse. He's actually sitting up on his horse and, I know it sounds like a damn, it really happened. But he goes, you know what, you want to start your own landscaping company? Go to effing Home Depot and buy a shovel and go start knocking on doors. I'm like, what? And I didn't understand that. And you know how I started my company? You know how I started it? I took $80 and I went to Home Depot and I bought a little pair of electric shrub trimmers and my knees were shaking. My knees were shaking, and like 15 bucks on an extension cord. And I still had a job at that point. I put ads on Craigslist that I do shrub trimming, gardening maintenance, I'll pull weeds, whatever. And the phone started ringing. I went there embarrassed with my little tiny $80 pair of electric shrub trimmers, plugged them into the guy's house, pulled his weeds, trimmed his shrubs, raked up all his shrub trimming debris. The best I could, I got a broom, swept it up. I felt like a moron, and I made like a few $100s that day. I took the money, went to the pawn shop, and bought a nice pair of pro shrub trimmers used for like 150 bucks. And then I went and bought, I don't know, like a rake, a tarp, a broom, got another job. And I did that literally 7 days a week. Every time I got a call, I jumped on it. I did it. I worked for peanuts. And every penny I made from these little tiny jobs of people that would hire me, I reinvested it back into the business, back into the business, back into the business. And before I knew it, I was doing this out of the back of my fiance's car because my car the motor had blown and we were about to lose everything. She was bitching at me because I was putting shrub trimmers and tarps in the back of her car and going to do landscape jobs, tying it in bags and leaving it on the people's property. I felt I was melting inside. I felt like a loser, right? But I was getting my own business off the ground. Fast forward 3 months, I bought a piece of shit truck. I don't care, I'm cussing right now because for emphasis. This truck I bought for $600, this old Dodge Dakota, would rust all over it. It was so embarrassing. I felt like crap. And I took that, and what I do, I put all my little tools in there, and I went to pawn shops, I went to garage sales, anything I could get my hands on to run my business, and I kept putting ads on Craigslist. People would hire me, I'd pull up in my piece of shit truck, felt like a moron, felt horrible. And you know what? I kept reinvesting. Before I knew it, I went to the pawn shop and I bought a nice backpack blower, and then I could blow everything off. And I literally did that nonstop, 7 days a week with bags under my eyes. I'm not kidding, 100 hours a week. And fast forward 6 months, I had tools piled up in the inside of my truck to the ceiling, driving around. I couldn't even see out the windows. If I had to hit the brakes, all my tools and landscape equipment would fall all over the front seat, and I was humiliated. Fast forward 9 months, I bought a trailer. I found a used trailer, like a $2,000 trailer through a friend. I actually borrowed the money from my friend, and I was so embarrassed to get this trailer for $750. And I had already left my job at that point. That's a different story. But I mean, my whole point of this, now I've got 2 trucks, 2 trailers, crews, employees, everything, all brand new equipment, and making money, and there's no excuses. Seriously, if you have a big enough why, you can figure out how to do anything. And my why was I didn't have a fucking choice. I didn't have a choice. We were going to go down the tubes, I was going to lose everything, and we were going to end up sleeping in my wife's mom's basement if I didn't do this. So I crossed the Rubicon. I was at a crux, at a threshold. It was either do or die. And for most people, sorry, my arm's getting tired. Most people, if you don't have that big enough reason why, like do or die, you're not going to do it. And that's why, you know, some people never get anything done because they don't have a do or die reason. So find out, what is your do or die reason. There is no excuses. And every day, I'll admit, every day I shake, my knees shake, because sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. It's a constant learning process, but you keep moving forward, and that's how you grow a business. So you look at these guys sometimes that own these big companies, and they're in these brand new trucks and all this, making all this money, and you're like, how the hell did they do that? That's how they did it. One step at a time. How do you eat it? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And it's real. There are no shortcuts to success. And some people have shit handed to them, and good for them. And you know what? They might lose it easy. They might not appreciate it. But I had absolutely nothing, and I'm growing it every day. So no excuses. Go out, get it done. That's how you start your own business. Seriously. So that millionaire was right when he said, you want to start your own business? Buy a shovel and go start knocking on doors. And he wasn't bullshitting. So, yep, I'm Keith Kalfas. Check out my blog, the Keith Kalfas channel, The Landscaping Employee Trap, and you can see more of my videos, because I'm serious about really helping you and teaching you get your own business off the ground and ditch your boss and start your own landscape company. Alright, later.